Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. In London is evening, so I'll say good evening. My brothers, my sisters, my friends, my lovers, I greet every one of you. The reason I pick up my video this evening to talk about this subject, now because no matter when it also concern me. As usual, I'll be talking in pidgin, so the ordinary person when you know to go school go understand what I talk, because for Nigeria, most of us now pidgin English now we take talk. Now about single parents. Who be single parent? Single parent now that person when you get picking, when you know they a sort of defined relationship. You're not married. You could be in a relationship with a lover, but you not get official marriage certificate, or they not pay your bride price. You are a single parent. Doesn't matter how long you have been with that person, you are a single parent. You are a single parent if maybe the person by whom you had that child died suddenly and you are not with anybody else. You are a single parent. Single parents happen is a situation that happens not by choice for most people. I wouldn't say for everybody, for most people. I personally, it happened to me not because I wanted to be single parent, but because I found myself in that situation without any plan. And it's the worst thing that can happen to you, because you feel a sense of rejection. You feel a sense of abandonment. And that is what normally happens with single that is what normally results in becoming a single parent. You are abandoned, you are rejected, and you feel worthless. It is a very sad situation. If it happens to anybody, it reduces your self-worth. It did happen to me. I was in a relationship for 3 years, and he had proposed. He had even spoken to my father, and we had all agreed that we'll marry, and I was left pregnant without me. And normally, when you are abandoned like that, you're the last person to know. I had the understanding that I was in a relationship that was for life, but he had walked without me knowing, and I continued to have hope, but that hope was always dashed every time I got to a point. So I know what it's like, the feeling of rejection, and the other one is of death. Sometimes people have children, they're married, they're actually happy, and all of a sudden something happens and the spouse dies. You become a single parent. You know, you're left to bear the brunt of raising the children on your own without any mercy. You must plow on. You can't hold back for the children's sake. It's a very, very heavy burden to bear if you're not prepared. And this is a situation most people aren't prepared for. We all feel the sense of failure when we become single parents. I felt the sense of failure. But let me reassure somebody somewhere. Let me reassure you. Let me tell you that being rejected is not failure. Your husband dying suddenly is not failure. The reason I'm telling you that is you did not choose for your husband or your wife to die, nor did you choose for somebody to reject you or abandon you. It's particularly worse when you are being abandoned like me or rejected like me. You feel dirty, you feel ugly, you feel unworthy. Your self-esteem completely eludes or wipes away your self-worth. You know, you're like a shadow. Nobody sees you as substance. You'll be standing there, people will be saying nasty things about you. It was the most painful experience I had when I had my first child. It was a taboo. I remember an experience I had standing next to my mother who had backed my child. And somebody said, me, I hate all these things that young girls grow up without any plan. They just go and get pregnant. And then they bring a child. Their mother have to continue, though she has raised her own. And that day I was very depressed. I had cried the whole night. I wasn't sure what was happening to me. I went through a very, very, very depressive time. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. That is why today, if I see any child in that situation, I quickly stand up and support. And I tell those around that child to shut their mouths. Because nobody goes out there to look for trouble. I didn't go out. I particularly didn't go out. I had been to university. I had finished my diploma in social work. I didn't go out seeking to get pregnant by any man. I found myself in that situation. I was deceived into it. And I know how I felt. I felt very, very worthless. I had very few people who stood by me. My mother and my siblings are the only people I can see, my mother's children. I had no emotional support from anybody. My father loved me. He told me he supported me. He understood what I went through. But it's not, men are different. But what I'm here to tell you now is, if you are going through that same situation, I know what you are going through. Get in touch with me. Get in touch with me. I'll be here to support you. I have gone through the same thing. I don't know how men feel. And if men are going through it, I would really appreciate it if you